Welcome back to Only Sens, and on our next episode, we are stepping into the Nissan life or the Toyota life. I don't know what it is. We'll let you find out. With us is Mr. Nismo Joe, Captain Joe, and his what year?
89.
1989.
300ZX. Originally was a non-turbo car that I ended up having a friend help me with. We did a VG33 swap in it with a big turbo, and I had that in there for, I want to say, like close to 4 years. And the car had a lot of potential like that, and I had a lot of fun with it, but I broke it often and probably spent a lot more downtime than I did with it on the road, sadly. And I mean, I know that's how it goes sometimes when you're having anything you're trying to modify and have fun with. But a few years back, I found a 2JZ GE on Marketplace like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was able to get a hold of the guy and
Getting them crackhead deals at 3 a.m.
yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I found this engine for $250 and fully assembled and in what claimed was running condition. So I'm sure, like most of you, I was extremely skeptical on it, the whole ordeal. And the guy got back to me and we chatted for a little while. And once I figured out where he was at, we scheduled a time. And I didn't really think or know what I was getting into. So I took him. I have a big bulldog, so I took her with me, and we set out towards Maryland. And I show up at this guy's house, and he directs me to pull him around the backside of his yard. And I pull up, and these guys got fucking an airplane in the back of the garage, like several S4s sitting on blocks they were doing, and pretty much, long story short, I asked him, I was like, this is in your way? He's like, yeah. They bring me the motor sitting in the subframe out on a skid with a forklift and put it in the back of my truck for me for $225.
Sold.
Sold. Sold.
Say less.
Say less. And I had that, like I said, that was a few years ago, and didn't really know how to adapt it into my car at the time. There's been a couple other guys that have done it, and I'm a single guy, and I don't make a stupid amount of money, so just sending the car off to someone else and then asking them to do it for me and sending it back was not really an option, nor something I'm ever really wanting to do. I'd rather take my time and learn the swap in the process, because most of the time when you do it, you do learn a lot. So I was okay with that. And back here we do have the old motor. I sold my VG33 swap about a year ago.
Now, for all the people that don't know Joe, that know Joe, Joe blows glass. And what caught me when I first met him was all his antifreeze lines were glass. And it was like the coolest thing ever. So I was like, dude, like, that is awesome. And we just hit it off from there, obviously being, car guys, but that was like the eye catcher. So
Yeah.
all the local shows,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
was
one thing that
running
stands
around
out.
with glass are what people think is lime green radiator hoses, but that's just the coolant in the clear hose. And
Can't hide that from tech.
yeah, no, and honestly, I've never had issues with them, even beating on the car. So that's the old 3.0 setup I had in it, just so I could drive it around. And that's the tiny turbo.
The tiny guy.
Now the old turbo setup was literally like this whole corner.
Yeah, it had a big single
when
on
it
it.
was on it before, and
The Skinnis.
we sold that to go on to bigger and better things. I don't know if you want to show them the inside. We put the fat girl on a diet.
Paperweight.
Everything is pretty much getting rid of that we can. And I did end up welding all the holes in the tunnel shut, so I don't have, any fires coming into the cabin or any of that stuff. Cage will be coming soon.
Very nice.
Yeah, just a pile of parts right now. That's
And
crazy.
this, you say, may be the first.
So yeah, I decided after watching everyone use Fuel Tech and how easy it is for a tuner to use, which to me is a big deal because I'm not trying to spend money or the whole day at the tuner for them to try to figure my car out and get it going home safely. I'd rather them have something they can use that's also user friendly. They can tune it, get it done, send it on the way. I'm not about beating my car on the dyno. I'm not trying to chase a number. I just want it to perform. So just getting a base map that I can drive down the street is kind of important. So I decided to go with Fuel Tech, and I think I'm going to be. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I may be the first Z31 chassis, either in the country or maybe the world, running Fuel Tech, which is exciting because it could give me potential to have the company maybe jump on board and help me with my project. But if not, I'm still more than happy to use their product.
Fuel Tech has come a long way.
It's come a long way.
Door is going to end up going Fuel Tech.
And once they released the 700 this week, it just it just even
Rollo,
it
dude,
even,
Rollo called that.
I literally seen the 700 and bought it Friday right after, and I was like, "Yep, I'm sold." So this is the car, and I'm getting all the firewall stuff taken care of.
And this is the mock-up car.
This is.
It definitely makes a difference to have a car that you can just look at stuff, see that, like, what you need to beat out, what work needs done, and you're not going to ruin the finished project to make the, one that's not, doesn't really matter. Oh, and then he has this. This is Mr. Nismo Joe. He is all Nissan.
I have 5Zs. The twin turbo is buttoned up a little bit more. I don't really want to show that one.
Just a stock 90 what?
It's a 91, all original twin turbo. Everything matches. It's pretty much unmolested.
What color is it again?
It's the charcoal gray.
Nice.
It's a good car. I saved it actually. It sat for 16 years. Just being neglected because someone decided that kids were more important than just going out and starting a car on every Sunday, or the bare minimum it takes to just let one sit.
That happens. People get caught up with life and kids. And
it is. If
happens. It's not
it's sad and unfortunate because I don't have kids, and it's not like I don't like kids, but even if I did have them, I would still make sure I had these.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard, but at the end of the day, sometimes,
you can't.
You look at it and you're like, man,
especially nowadays,
as long as my daily's getting me to work, that's really all that matters,
Yeah. So, obviously the car's like it is. I'm trying to have it at Motorama this year, 2023. I guess that's not this year, but this February coming.
That's at the Farm Show Complex.
Yes. It will be in the Speed Show. Hopefully there and running. That's the plan. So let's take you in here and show you the next step.
Dun dun dun. And there's Alice. Oh, hi Alice. What you doing, big girl?
All right, so here's the new heart. As you already know, I said I was running a 2J. Just cleaned everything up. All the bearings have been polished. Obviously it rotates really nice. Getting ready to do pistons and rods install. We're going with diamond pistons and obviously manly rods.
Feels real manly.
They're manly rods. They're literally like twice the width of the factory rod. It's
and you don't have to notch anything.
No, I didn't have to notch anything.
And stuff being a GE block.
Yeah, I was wondering that, and I put one in, and everything seems to clear, and it's just fine. So, no notching needed. I know the aluminum rods you definitely have to notch because they're a lot wider. And then here's the intake manifold we're gonna run.
Size throttle body's that?
That's a 90. 90 millimeter.
Bop. Bop, bop.
Running full AN fuel lines, and probably -6 return. Be E85 ready, all that happy stuff.
Size injectors, you thinking?
I got 2200 injectors, twin 450 in-tank Walbros. I really want to cover the fuel end of this and not worry about anything. Like, I'd rather run pump gas and make power on that than worrying about where I can find E85 that's actually reliable. So
besides ordering it.
Yeah, besides ordering it. So that's my plan. I try to make as much power as I can on 93. So the more fuel, the better.
And the next big question is, what size turbo?
All right. So right now I have two options. I have.
Oh my God! There's a bike there.
Where
did that come from?
It's a Christmas ornament.
It's a
Christmas ornament.
We
It's
put
just
it on top of the
someone
tree.
sent it to me. It's life size. This is a joke. But anyway, this is a AGP turbo. They're a company out in Arizona, and this was custom built for me. It's a 6873 with a billet wheel and a 96 millimeter AR housing. It's capable of running 900 pounds or 900 horsepower, and I believe like 50 psi.
So 900 pounds of boost.
Yeah, so like a lot of boost. It's dusty as hell. Holy hell! But I did hand polish it myself. It's been sitting around waiting for this to be done.
Yes, this is also the Joe that polished my valve cover and my turbo as well.
Miyagi-Do Polish Works. That's me.
That's this guy.
If you need something done, let me know. I love punishing my fingers with sandpaper. So this one is probably going to be what's on the car now, just to get it running and on the road.
Yeah, turbos are easy to change.
Yeah, I have a GT.
For the most part.
No, I do have significantly bigger GT45 that needs a little bit of modification to be able to get used in the car. Obviously, the elbow is a big one for 2Js.
We got a guy for that.
And yeah, Vincent for sure. And honestly, it's going to require a different downpipe than what I already have made. So I'm just going to let it sit for now. But until I'm pushing my turbo to the absolute limit, I'm just not going to worry about it. My focus is on making the motor happy and getting the car to be reliable.
Yeah, because even 600 horsepower on the street is a lot, especially on a car like that.
The cars, I don't know what it weighs, but I would imagine it's somewhere around 2,900 pounds. I would imagine that's going to come up a little bit with the 2J setup. So if I could get it to 2,500 pounds, would be really ideal. I mean, even an 800 horsepower rear-wheel drive 2,500 pound car is going to outperform a lot of higher horsepower big body cars.
Your
like
butthole.
The Camaro.
It's going to outperform your butthole.
Well, yeah. The pucker factor will be there. And I've been in powerful Supras before. They always makes me nervous because I'm not the one behind the wheel.
I mean, it's usually always that way.
Yeah, and that makes sense. You like to be in control of your own future. But, I'm excited for what we have to come. Hopefully, like I said, February it should be together and running.
I know how my Supra felt being the GTE with the NA rear and the 6-speed trans and just the whole acceleration factor on 13 pounds. It made 508 on 93 pump on stock motor, stock injectors, a 255 Walbro pump back in 06.
So I should probably...
You should make like 7 easy.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that's a lot for the road, especially around here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, PA roads
making
suck.
700 horse on the street is not nothing to really laugh about.
Yeah,
most of the cars running around aren't pushing.
I race stuff like that on my bike.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I can't even keep up with some of those things. So people don't realize just because they think, oh, you got a big bike or something. No, the cars are fast and will always be faster in the long run at straight line stuff.
Yeah. And I know a lot of you are going to sit there and be like, oh, you didn't say it. But right here, the proof is in the pudding. 2JZ. Shit.
That's a Z. It doesn't look right. It's
it's a Z. Come like this once.
It's a ZR. Wait, no, it's a ZRZ. This is a Subaru motor.
It's a ZR5, man. We can, you know.
See, now I'm gonna blame you for the camera being messed up.
It's all right. I'm sure it jumps everywhere.
Clearly, it has 6 holes.
6 holes, but it's not a barrow.
So
I'm sure Beater Bomb would call this an inline 6 rotary or a K34 or whatever he has in his Mustang that he loves to boast about. But yeah, this is one of those mystery motors.
there you go. We'll see what she produces.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Definitely a different setup. Stuff you don't see. Hopefully, it all turns out good for you.
Yeah.
And we see her make some power and
Now,
keep her together.
I did all of the assembly work myself. I have a few personal friends that are professional machinists that do that for a daily living. And every time I do a rotating assembly, I have my buddy Rick at the Rick's Auto Machine come check everything out. And right now, I had him come look this morning and everything's good to go. He said, do the install and let him know when I want him to come check it over. But if you ever need anything built and don't really want to spend an arm and a leg to do it, because I know machine shops cost a lot of money.
Well, yeah, nobody really just has machine stuff chilling in the back of their garage.
I can get it assembled for you and get it machined probably for half of what most of the people can. And I honestly enjoy it. I'd rather tear motors apart and rebuild them than touch anything else on the car.
Well, there you go. If you guys need anything, hop in the comments. Get after Joe. He's friends with him on Facebook and on here. You guys can comment.
Instagram Nismo 300, Nismo 300, and then if you are or have a Z, I am the vice president of the PAZ Club. We are a sanctioned ZCA affiliate, so if you're interested in joining or want to come take a cruise with us, we do cruises all over the state. Come hang out.
Yeah, Joe's a big car show guy. So
even if you don't have a Z, we like Carl comes with the Integra. We love it. So
yeah, everyone's about everything. We don't really put a label on what you drive. It's all on how you act and
I love talking shit on other Z guys. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna get gapped by that Integra." What? I was like, "Watch." They don't want that.
Yeah. There's some nasty ones out there, though.
There are. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm trying to be one of them. Honestly, the whole fuel tech thing is really what's got my curiosity right now. Everyone I'm talking to, they don't have one in their
Rollo and David, they're all like, dude, fuel tech.
Well, it makes sense. Dude, it's easy.
You got Rollo to tune it now, so I mean, he's gonna make you make safe power.
Yeah, Rollo's gonna. Meeting him in person at World Cup this year was probably it was substantial because you don't get to meet tuners like that and hang out with them and get to see who they are as a person.
And actually talk to you about life and not about cars and interact with you on a personal level. That's why I love Rollo so much, because he treats you like a human and, knows that everybody has a goal that wants to do stuff and it all costs money. So...
yeah, lots of money, time, patience.
This is a drug and a hobby that.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I was able to do this build is because I sold my VG33 big turbo setup to a guy building a show car, essentially, and he was like, "Yeah, you do nice work." So I sold it, and here we are. I mean, it's been down a little while, which is why I work in the winter.
There you go.
I like to drive my cars in the summer.
I'm the opposite. I ride my bike in the summer and drive my cars and bikes till it starts snowing.
Yep. I mean, hey, everyone has their own.
To each your own, right?
Yep.
My car likes the cold and not traffic. And your cars you're just used to it.
Yeah.
Everyone has their seasons.
Yep. Yeah, I just put, it gets colder, so you add another layer. For every 10 degrees, you just add another layer of clothing.
Yeah. I'm more worried about, I trust my bike to get me home more than I trust my car sometimes.
Yeah. I don't have that issue. Most of the Zs are reliable. What's crazy is they're all shells and now they run. And just getting in them and being able to drive them anywhere.
Exactly.
Really. Especially the twin turbo.
That's why I barely drive laggy or any of my stuff, because the less I drive it, the less I feel that I'm getting used to the power. I don't feel like I got to dump more money into it, and I can park it and it's still running. So if I want to drive it tomorrow or next month,
Yeah.
You know,
you can.
And you spent how much time and money to what? Sit there and watch it not run?
That's how I am with this right now. I'm like, man,
it's like kicking yourself in the,
I got a lot in this, There's a lot riding here.
Too much.
Yep.
And after it's done, you're going to want to send it. And after that first send, you're going to be like, back to the garage, shut her down, check everything over. And then, all right, we're not going to touch it for 2 weeks and then come back out. Because it makes you feel a little better when you see it together longer.
The only thing I don't get as nervous for is the fact that I can do this. If I had to send this to a fucking shop every time,
I can't do
there's
this.
no way I could afford. I couldn't honestly. I don't think I could afford it to be like if I had to send a motor to a shop,
especially
have them do exactly because they're already expecting big money out of you since you have one. I couldn't. I don't think I could just send it to a shop, and be like, yeah, do everything, deck it, give me everything, build it, put everything together,
and not spend $7,000.
And right.
I spent $1,600 for CSS to put assemble my bottom end, but I also sent them rods.
Like that's fair.
I sent them rods, pistons,
yeah,
and the crank, and they bought the bearings.
Yeah,
and they assembled it and they shipped it for that price, and they gave me a warranty on it.
See,
so that's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet and see what happens.
You got to go with the top of the lines here. When it comes to bearings, you don't fuck around. Everyone says King bearings. Well, I'm sorry to tell you. But if you look at the label on the side of the King bearing, it's going to have this same exact little symbol on the side of the bearing because ACL makes King bearings. I don't know this. I didn't know that myself. It's what pays to have friends that are machinists and do this every day. Because I almost bought King bearings for more than what I paid for these ACLs for them to be. They would have been ACLs anyway with a King box. So
wow.
Yeah, right. It's things you don't know. It's like all these people talk about tires. Well, there's only 3 tire companies in the entire world. So where are all those tires coming from? Same place.
Not from my job.
Yeah.
Well, all right. This is Joe. We're going to sign off.
All right, guys.
Any questions, comments, hop in there. Yeah. Like, subscribe to watch.
No haters.
He's going to be more on the channel. I mean, we hate on each other because we're doing it in good fun. At the end of the day, he blows his shit up. I'm going to come help him.
Friendly banter is fun. I don't,
Yeah, we don't
really. If you're really trying to just downgrade people, it's not really fun.
There's always somebody faster no matter where you go.
Yeah, man.
Every year there's someone faster.
My pockets aren't even medium deep.
He said, I got socks for pockets.
Yeah, not tube ones neither. Them shits are footies.
Ankle socks. Yeah. They hold dollar bills and
like
coins.
Baby size.
$2 bill. Full $2 bill.
Yep.
All right. We're going to finish off here.
Might as well get the gold while you're rolling.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? It disappeared.
What?
The famous. It was right there.
Oh, the brake cleaner.
You can't end the day good without...
Yeah, make sure you clean all your bearings after you polish them with...
And your hands.
Yes. And your hands.
And like we used to do when we were younger, me and Slunts would be young and dumb in the basement, and he'd be sitting there doing something, and I'd be spraying his shoe, and he didn't even know it. And then just
on fire.
Bring a trail over to me and look at him and just light the... Ah! Hey, what are you doing? This is Alice.
Are you inspecting?
This is Alice. She is the lead state worker around here.
I need your hair in the way.
She's a beautiful dog. Her tail will take you out, though.
Yep, it's a whip.
But 2J, power, more fun. We'll feature you more in next episodes, and we will...
Hopefully next episode it'll be in the car. And now it should be in the car.
You got the tunnel beat it out?
Tunnels beat it out, and then I rolled it. And I'm basically just waiting for this to be done. And we're doing a 2JZ motor mount swap kit for the Z31 chassis. No one's made one yet. And we're in the process of doing that. So my motor mounts that we made are in the middle of getting a jig made so that we can copy them.
Cool.
So they'll be available.
There you go.
Xenon Z-Car, Xenon with an X, xenonzcar.com if you're interested in that. And that will be probably available here in the new year. So
awesome.
yeah.
Nismo Joe.
All right, guys.
There later.